The reason I bring up that cargo ship is, do you ever wonder why
It's a way better shot.
it why like twice a day it comes by, people come on there, bust it up, take a bunch of shit, yet they keep on coming by day in and day out. Why is that? How is that?
I don't know. You would think after they get ripped off one time, they would see to stop coming around to heighten their security or some shit.
You have a question why the military hasn't gotten involved in something like that?
No.
I got contacted by someone last night. He had some very interesting things to say. Some things that line up with that conversation that we had a couple days back over at the horse track. And after explaining some things to me, specifically how there's a series of documents that consistently get archived over at the FIB building.
I sorry, repeat that. A system of documents that get archived
Reports, etc.
at the
Apparently they get
FIB
archived.
building, you say?
At the FIB building.
See.
Well, not so much I say, but what I'm relaying. The truth of it is, bear in mind, I don't know this guy too well, right? He might be blowing smoke up my ass, but he had some very interesting things to say that
Let's
kind of
go.
piqued my interest.
Let's go, Nino.
He wasn't the kind of guy that, like a random bozo coming up with some kind of tinfoil hat theory. You know, what he said makes sense. Specifically, how this island has slowly become a customer of sorts, a gear in someone's bigger master plan. And I'm not talking about the marshals in this case, right? They too are a part of the cog. Or rather, a bunch of us, you, me, everybody in Polito, everyone on this island, we're just a poor souls trapped in a economy that's in constant inflation, food's hard to come by, rights violations left, right, and center, and just endless fucking crime. But for some reason, these Mayweather fucks continue to drive through almost as if to give that equipment to people on the state to shoot each other up, as well as law enforcement,
Or to arm them
or to arm them.
in preparation for
militia.
something.
Same individuals that arm law enforcement. And why is intervention not found its way over? Why has the goddamn president not said, you know what, enough is enough? And so as he continued to tell me about these things, now don't get me wrong, some of this is like, you know, I go get high on some fucking weed. I might come up with some of these theories, but there's something about him that made me say, you know what, maybe this guy has something and knows something that is perhaps worth listening to, and he's looking for some individuals that may be interested in a little bit of work. And quite frankly, after our conversation down at the horse track, I thought of you two. Now, to be transparent, I asked him, how do I trust him? He asked me the same question back. And the reality is, I'm a very curious individual, and I have a feeling you two are pretty curious yourself as well.
Naturally.
Now, if you are so interested, I can connect you to this guy. However, and I say this with a massive cautious sign, Brandon, I do not know if I can trust him. He can and could be a fucking Looney Tune. He may very much, he could have very much put up a very good act, and this could be dangerous. I don't know what to expect, but you know, it may be worth listening to him.
Have you met this man before, or was that your first interaction with him?
First interaction. But he did leave an impression, and that's really all it is. And I think based on the impression y'all get with him, whatever your feeling is after that, leave it at that. Think it smells bad? Leave it. If it seems interesting, however you choose to run with it.
Did he mention?
I get enough.
Did he mention who he working for or who he represent?
He did not. He references himself as how did he describe himself? He described himself as the way he described himself was as follows. He was inside the operating room where Justice Angel laid flat, and he had the opportunity to enter right then and there. And while that was something that he had considered doing, he realized he didn't want to get rid of the enemy that he knew, knowing full well that she would just be replaced by yet another. But the bigger cog will keep on spinning. And he said, and he's seen what I'd been doing, and that some of the information that he was willing to give me and to those I put up to the task, that some of that information would shed some light on what exactly is happening. I think he presented himself kind of as like a man of the people type shit. You know what I mean? Like the fucking Neo or something like that, but with less sci-fi.
Do you know or have any idea of the nature of the service that this man will be requesting?
I asked him that question very particularly, and he said it is more intelligence gathering in nature rather than
We gotta be a spy.
consisting of shooting and blasting. This is more listening, observing, and disseminating information.
And you are convinced it's not a setup?
I am not convinced of that.
So this may be a scheme cooked up by that tyrant? Senor, I find it very curious that with all the power that this one is wielding, with everything on their plate, they still so interested in you that they are following you around with drones. Someone is that committed to looking for something about you. This may be a ploy to entrap you. All the same, we are still interested.
I did consider that, but I highly doubt it. I think the manner by which we met, the way, I'll tell you exactly how I met him. He went out of his way to call me through a payphone, after which I was given a SIM card, after which a payphone call was made 2 days later to check said SIM card, which gave me a location at which he awaited me. The police department is way too fucking stupid to do a quarter of those things.
This guy give you a name.
No. He's got a alias of sorts. Like I said, it's something you'd have to smell out for yourself as well.
And the alias you are unwilling to reveal currently?
I can tell you. He referred to himself as the Whisper.
The Whisper.
When can we expect to meet this pendejo for ourselves?
You tell me what, how does tomorrow sound?
Before Wednesday would be preferable.
Let's do it tomorrow evening. My recommendation on all this is I join you in that next conversation. I remain quiet. My reason for that is quite simple. I want you to make your own observations and your own assessment. After that, confer with yourselves, and then I'll give you my opinions after you give yours, so that I don't influence your takeaway.
Will you be in disguise?
I don't hide.
I can respect that. Depending on how this meeting goes, the following evening, we may have something to reveal to you, which can be an ace in the sleeve to crush your enemy.
Beautiful. I'll get in contact with him, and I'll be in touch. When you get a chance, do take a look at that legislation change. I think it's going to blow your mind how much has been taken away from us at a drop of a hat.
Senor, all of these things reveal to me that they see you as a proper foe, and a good enemy is always better than a bad friend. I will take it as a compliment to you that they have gone to such lengths. All the same, we will review the legislation with our own eyes, and tomorrow we will expect your call, and we will be ready.
I'll take care.
Have a good night, Nino.
Looks like your Nino Connect is paying off finally.
The whisper.
This has faceless written all over it, Brandon.
Why wouldn't they just say the faceless?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, this has the faceless written all over it.